It just might be the holy grail of podcasting, the secret to monetizing your podcast. And the big secret is that it's no secret at all. Hi, I'm Gordon Firemark, and this is Legit Podcast Pro. Well, hello and welcome. This is the show that provides expert advice and insights into the legal and business aspects of podcasting. I am your host, Gordon Firemark, the podcast lawyer. And on this show, I aim to help you navigate the complex, behind-the-scenes world of podcasting and the legal side of it as well. So whether you are a seasoned podcaster or you're just starting out, please join me every week and learn how to take your podcast to the next level. Today, we're going to be talking about the secret to monetizing a podcast. As many of you might know, making money from podcasting can seem like a daunting task, especially if you're just starting out. But the truth is, the secret to monetizing your podcast is that there's no secret. It takes hard work. It takes patience. It takes quality content. It takes persistence. So let's dive in a little bit as we get into this. Now, one of the most common misconceptions about monetizing a podcast is that there is some secret magical formula that will guarantee success. Some people think there's an underground technique or tactic that's only reserved for the elite few who have actually managed to monetize their shows. The truth is, that is just not the case. It's accessible, it's available for everyone. When it comes to monetizing a podcast, there is no magic bullet, no quick fix, and no secret formula that can guarantee success. It only comes from that hard work, patience, and persistence that I mentioned. So if you want to succeed making money from your show, well, you need to be willing to put in the effort, willing to invest the time, the energy, and the resources required to make it happen. So what is the real secret to monetizing? The truth is, as I said, no real secret. The only way is to do the work, create great content, build a loyal audience around that content, and then go looking for the revenues. You can't do it until then. To be successful, you have to produce that great content consistently, and you have to promote the show. You have to engage with your listeners, and you have to be patient. Most podcasters who have done this, who have monetized their shows, it didn't happen for them overnight. It took years of hard work and persistence. So if you're struggling to monetize your show, don't give up. Keep working at it, keep doing the right things, and you'll get there. Now, let's just talk about some of the different ways that you can, in fact, monetize your podcast. There are several different ways to make money from your show, and the key is to find the method that works best for you and for your audience. One of the most popular ways, the most obvious ways, really, is to go through sponsorships. Many companies are willing to pay podcasters to mention their products or services on the show. And to be successful with that, of course, you need to have a large and an engaged audience. So you want to devote your energy, your resources, your time, your effort, and maybe some money to creating a great show and then promoting it so you attract the largest audience possible. Now, exactly how to do that? Well, that's a topic for another episode, but it's not really rocket science. It's quality content on subjects that your intended audience is interested in, and lots of legwork to get the word out. You also need to find sponsors that are a good fit for your show and for your audience, because after all, there is no point in trying to sell a sponsorship to brands that aren't going to appeal to your audience. The sponsors don't want that, the audience doesn't want that, and you don't want that. Another popular way that you can make money from your podcast is through affiliate marketing. In affiliate marketing, what you do is promote another company's products, and you earn a commission for every sale that's made through your unique affiliate link or using your coupon code or something like that. Now, this can also depend on the size of your audience, but it also depends on the size, the scope, the magnitude, and the pricing of the products and services you're offering. If you've got a small but intensely interested audience and a high-ticket offer that they really, really want, well, you could still do quite nicely even with that smaller audience. And this same thing is true for your own products or services. Maybe you have an online membership or a course or some other kind of a program that caters directly to your audience. A small, highly targeted, and intensely interested audience will serve you better than a big, broad audience that's just sort of kicking the tires and tuning in for a little fun and entertainment from time to time. In fact, I'm going to just take this quick opportunity to invite you to join me, the podcast lawyer, for my Business and Legal Fundamentals for Podcast Growth and Profit workshop. In this session, I'll be sharing my expert advice on creating a successful podcast business, from forming your legal entity and securing your intellectual property like copyrights and trademarks, to building a strong and loyal team and a strong and loyal audience, and making deals with sponsors, advertisers, affiliate brands, and so on, so that you can monetize. So don't miss this opportunity to learn the secrets of podcast growth and profitability from a seasoned industry expert. Register now at event.podcastlaw.net to secure your spot and get ready to transform your podcast. So, see what I did there? You can also monetize your podcast through show-related merchandise sales. You could create and sell branded merchandise to your listeners, things like t-shirts or mouse pads or coffee mugs or tote bags, backpacks, all kinds of apparel, things like that. Lots of good vendors out there for this kind of thing, and the good news is you don't need to store inventory and do the fulfillment yourself. So try some of the print-on-demand options out there, and the drop ship options are also a possibility. And you can make a nice piece of change from, a loyal, committed audience. And then finally, you can monetize your podcast through listener support. Many podcasters rely on donations from their listeners to keep their show going. And this can be done through platforms like Patreon. With Patreon, you probably need to provide some sort of premium, subscriber-only content or something like that. Or you could use a donate button on your website and just be religious about thanking your sponsors as they come in. So if you want to monetize your podcast, the secret is that there's no secret. It takes hard work, patience, persistence, good quality content, and a large audience. You want to grow that audience that you can count on, to pay attention to your show and to pay attention to your ads, and therefore to pay your advertisers. So you need to create that great content. You need to promote the show effectively. You need to engage with your listeners, and ultimately, you got to be patient. Keep in mind, success rarely happens overnight. Even the overnight successes have 10 years of overnights ahead of them, oftentimes, that didn't result in success before that overnight success happened. So that's going to be it for this episode of Legit Podcast Pro. Please don't forget to visit event.podcastlaw.net and register for the upcoming workshop on business and legal fundamentals for podcast growth and profit. That's event.podcastlaw.net. I'm Gordon Firemark, the podcast lawyer, and I will catch you again next week here on Legit Podcast Pro. Thanks for being with me. See you soon.